One quiet Friday afternoon, I decided to take a break from work and head to my cabin, a modest A-frame I had bought just outside the Silver Echo Heights subdivision. The place was peaceful, untouched by suburban perfection, exactly what I needed after 20 years in law enforcement, mostly dealing with fraud and power abuse. I bought the land directly from a ranching family, and my property wasn't part of the HOA's jurisdiction. The title documents confirmed it down to the inch. I was free to enjoy the solitude. Or so I thought. On my second visit, I was stopped by a security guard from the HOA, asking to see my renter's permit. I showed him the deed to my property, which confirmed it was outside their jurisdiction. He was disappointed, but didn't press further. I thought it was just an isolated incident, but the next morning, I found a note on my windshield. Unauthorized structures are subject to community review. That's when I knew they weren't going to back off. They'd escalate. The following weekend, I decided to play dumb and see how far they'd go. I walked into the HOA zone, checked my property boundaries, and installed a discreet camera to monitor any further attempts at intimidation. The next Sunday, I drove up and found something I never expected. My cabin was gone. Bulldozed, flattened, like it never existed. Unauthorized structure removed. Sign stood in the middle of the rubble. The workers claimed they had been sent by the HOA with a demolition order. But when I inspected the order, it was clearly forged, with a fake signature from the HOA president, Karen. I started recording and demanded the workers leave, threatening criminal trespass charges. I knew they were just doing their job, but I wasn't going to let them get away with destroying my property. I called the sheriff and began building a case, photographing everything, gathering evidence, and tracking down the people behind this illegal act. The more I uncovered, the more it became clear that the HOA wasn't just making mistakes. They were orchestrating a land grab scheme. I had enough evidence to take them down, so I did. By the time the investigation was over, Karen and several other board members were arrested for fraud, and the HOA was dismantled. My property was rebuilt, and I made sure it would never again fall under their control. If you're facing intimidation or unfair authority, don't back down. Document everything, stand firm, and take action. Share this story to inspire others to fight back against injustice. The law still holds power over those who misuse it. Don't let them win.